Alright then guys, what's going on? I'm finally back with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Obviously I've been playing a lot of War Z. It's actually been really time consuming playing that. Just because obviously trying to get the loot. And to be fair, just getting used to the game. But I'm finally doing this again. Obviously I've had someone that's asked me to get this episode out. I was going to get it done yesterday, but I was sick yesterday. I was up till like 4 in the morning, I think. But I think I've finally got rid of everything. So it's time for a video finally. Oh god, nearly crashed already. So yeah, time for a video. And I figured I'd do this one before I went on and played anything else, because then I'd end up forgetting to do it. So hopefully this one goes alright. My PC's actually been playing up as well. I've actually had it blue screen on me a few times. But it's been okay since it happened. Now, obviously if I don't sound too good, it's obviously I'm sick. I mean, I'm not being sick anymore, but my throat is killing me from that yesterday, so thought I would do a video anyway. But yeah, obviously for those of you that have been watching these, I'm finally getting them back to doing them again. And then get some more out. I'm actually thinking about taking out the loan to get my truck, because it would take so long to just buy or earn the money from these jobs. So when you get like 3,000 a job, it's terrible. So I'm thinking just take out one loan, get a truck, and then obviously I should be able to pay that back pretty quickly. I hope anyway. So you have new mail. I'll check that later. Services half a mile, and we've got 140 to go. But yeah, War Z is pretty good. Obviously, if you've never played it, take a look at it or watch my videos that I've got on there. Obviously it's zombie survival, but it's quite heavily PvP orientated. PvP can be quite the bitch on that game. It's fun, but there's a lot of hackers on there. A lot of people using aimbot. I was playing that with obviously my friend Patrick. He does his YouTube as well, which I've done a few videos with. There was someone, I mean, he couldn't have been close, because he killed Patrick, and then about 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, he actually ran up the hill and managed to get me hiding behind a rock. So I mean, no idea where he was, but he must have been quite far away. The amount of time it took him to get to me after killing him was ridiculous. And the other thing is, you get spawn campers as well. Obviously in most games it's not exactly a problem, because you just die and respawn, but on this you have to wait an hour to respawn on one character. So I mean, if you've got more characters then it's not too big a deal, but if you've just spawned in and you want to go farming on one character and you got a load of stuff on it, then it kinda takes the piss really. But I mean, it's not too bad. I've got all 5 characters in places to go farm stuff now, so it's alright. Yeah, I've had quite a few good PvP kills. I've just not recorded like hardly any of them. I don't really know why. I just keep forgetting to record, and it's really annoying. But yeah, I had some good clips as well, which I was actually going to post up, but I accidentally deleted them. It's like my last SimCity video I did, that was going to be in 2 parts, and I accidentally deleted the second half of that as well, which I didn't mean to do. And obviously, if you've watched that, I said I was obviously going to get my own SimCity, hopefully on Friday, because I'll be using Patrick's, but because of work I haven't actually been able to afford it, because I got less this month than what I usually do. So I mean, he's going to let me continue to use his, and then once I can get my own, we can make our own region and then work together on our cities and stuff like that, because obviously you can outsource your electricity and stuff. Right. Sorry, someone walked in there, so I thought I'd pause it quickly. So, yeah. Quickly come back to that. What was I saying? Yeah, SimCity, I think. Yeah, I was obviously going to get my own, but once I do, we can do videos together on that. So you can obviously outsourcing is what I was saying, wasn't it? Yeah, you can outsource your electricity, oil, coal, and I think water. I'm not too sure, because obviously, I mean, you get some places which are really high in resources on everything. The place that I'm currently building on is quite high in stuff. It's very high in water. I mean, it doesn't matter where you put a water, like a water place, it's literally gonna fill up, which is pretty good. It is a very interesting game. It's the only one I've actually played. I didn't play the earlier ones, and I didn't think I would like this one, but I am very much into it. So I'm gonna keep doing videos on it. Obviously, I'm doing these. I'm doing the WarZ videos, and I'm gonna do the SimCity videos. And Natural Selection 2 is on a free weekend, so I might get a few clips of that done, see what that's like, and then if that's actually any good, I might buy that. Because I mean, it looks pretty good. I've seen a few other obviously people play that. So got a bit too fast. I might look at getting that eventually. There's a few games I want, but I just can't afford them. I'm going on holiday next month, so I'm just trying to keep as much money in the account as I can. But yeah, I've got my main games that I want to play, which is obviously this. Oh god. Obviously I've got WarZ, which I really want to do videos on. It's just so hard to do at the moment with all the hackers on there. But obviously they're patching it soon. And the one thing that was annoying is obviously that it's a big map, because obviously there's only the one map because it's in alpha. And it's Colorado, I think. But they are working on the next map, which is like due to be out in June, I think, or something stupid. But they were actually due to release cars into the game in January, and obviously it's now March, so that's not going exactly too well. But I mean, they put a patch in, I think it was yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before, which were put in like lock boxes and a few bug fixes. But there's still the major bug that isn't fixed. Now obviously if you play the game you'll know about this one. It's when you're running down a hill, you can either take damage or you will just die by going down the hill, just randomly die. Obviously I have been killed, well I've never been killed, but I've been hurt so many times running down hills, and it's just left me screwed, so I'll usually die when I get into a town or something because of it. Now, obviously that's like the biggest glitch I've found so far. And there's one problem I seem to get is zombies. They seem to be able to hit me from quite far away. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. I don't know if anyone else gets it, but obviously there's a good trick to killing the zombies. Obviously you walk backwards and stab, and they usually can't hit you, but I seem to get hit a fair bit. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, or if I'm just doing it wrong or what, but I mean that does happen quite a lot. And when you're going farming for items, and you're say running through NORAD military base, and like say obviously you've run onto the helipad. Obviously if you've played it you'll know what I'm talking about. You've run onto the first helipad, and you've got your items, and you haven't jumped onto top of the helicopter because it is a safe spot, and you've just ran out, but there's like 5-6 zombies behind you. Now obviously you can either try and sprint away and attract more, get to a safe spot, or just try and kill them all. So I mean there is a few safe spots in NORAD. I might do a video on them, because obviously if people don't know about them it will be obviously very helpful to them, or to you as well if you don't know them. Because I mean yeah, NORAD, there's a lot of zombies there. I mean you go to Frosty Pines, which is quite close to NORAD, there's not that many, but you go to NORAD and there's just hundreds of them. And the only thing that I don't like with that is not running through. Running through NORAD's fine, because obviously the safe spots. And I will do the video on that, I think, because that will be pretty good. It will help people out. Yeah. Yeah, running through, and you obviously got the weapon spawns. Obviously, I know where most of them spawn now. One of where the best weapons usually spawn is where I've had a blazer drop there a few times. It's at the back. It's like in a tunnel sort of thing. But the only problem is there's usually about 20-30 zombies in front of it, so it's very hard to get to. I've been in NORAD a few times lately, and I've actually managed to get in there because there's only been like 10 zombies, so I've been able to just like kill 1 or 2 at a time. But I've still been hit coming out because of just the sheer amount of zombies that are coming towards me as well. So I mean, that's a bit of a problem. I don't know if they'll do a bug fix to put less zombies in small places and more zombies in bigger places, because I mean that would be very helpful, because NORAD's not big and it's got more zombies than most places like Clearview, Frosty Pines, and I mean I'm not, if obviously I know it's a zombie survival MMO, but I don't know if there's supposed to be that many. Like obviously it takes it to the point where you just can't loot items because there's just way too many. And obviously yeah, if you can kill them all with guns, but sorry, the whole point is to go through and loot the guns. So you don't want to waste like the ammo on like 2-3 guns just to possibly pick up one, or to get to the end to see, oh right, there's no items here. So I mean you don't really want to be doing that either. So I mean it's a bit of a, well, I guess it could be a bit of a problem, but it might just be a problem with the alpha in the game. Cause I mean I don't know when the full game's being released yet, but obviously when it is released there should be a lot of that fixed. Well, hopefully all of it will be fixed. If you do play it and haven't seen the patch notes, I'll leave the link to the patch notes in the description of this video, because they fixed some good bits, but then when I read the ones that haven't been fixed yet that they're still working on, it's kind of like, wow, really? You thought they would have done, like, focused on those? Because I mean, can you imagine running around for like say 2-3 hours? You've farmed, you've got your military ruck on, say, or an Alice rucksack, and you've got a bag full of good weapons like blazer, scars, and all this crap, and you're running down a hill to get to, say, I don't know, you're running from Frosty Pines to NORAD and then to Blue Ridge, and you're running down the hill past Frosty Pines to go to NORAD, and you're going down the hill and you just die because of the damage down that. I mean, you're going to be pretty pissed. So I thought that would have been one of the ones they would have worked hardest on, because it's going to leave so many people being unhappy with the game. I mean, that bug, it's a big bug for me, it's a big problem for me, but apart, like, obviously in comparison to the hackers, the hill problem's no problem at all in comparison, because if I take damage going to Frosty Pines, I can just go to the pharmacy and there's usually some tablets there, like antibiotics, painkillers. Bandages are a little rarer. They're not as good, but they seem to be a bit harder to find. Yeah, also there's a lot of C102 vaccines. Is it CO2? C102 vaccines? No, I want to stay on this bit. Yeah, obviously they're very... Oh no, I can't go that one. Yeah, they're like pretty much needed, because if you get infected it slowly goes up in percent, and obviously you'll turn into a zombie and I guess you just die, or me, and then have to wait to respawn again. So the strongholds are being released soon apparently, and they've added one really cool thing, which is lockboxes. You can find them very rarely in the game. Obviously they're not exactly easy to get, or you can buy them. They're 300 GC each, but if you've got your own server and you place a lockbox, it will stay there forever. So obviously you can store some extremely good items in, say, the police station of Frosty Pines on your own server, and it'll always be there. I'm not sure if it stays there once it's opened. I'm really not too sure. I'll have to double check on that one. But obviously, I mean, if it stays there once it's opened, you can just lock it again. Then that's pretty cool. It has 30 spaces, so you can store a lot of stuff on your server if you've got one, or say a friend hosts a server. Sorry, it might crash there. No. You can obviously do that, or if there's a public server you use quite a lot, then why not store it on that? But obviously, I don't play on a specific server. I just find a server and go on it. Usually low pop to farm, or if I want to go on and do some PvP, I obviously join like a 20 of 50 or 30 of 100 server, something like that. But the past few days it's been less about the PvP and more about working on my global inventory on that. But yeah, I was actually going to talk about all this in a separate video, but I guess I just got a bit distracted and I've talked all about it all now. I was just going to do obviously my War Z views and what you guys thought of it, but it's happened a bit early. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Random discussions are fun. And you get to find out obviously my views on things, and obviously if you leave your comments on your views on the games as well, then it's interesting just to see different views on everything. Because I mean, I love War Z, it's a brilliant game, I'm absolutely addicted, and obviously it's, like I said at the beginning, it's time consuming. Because there's no cars. If there was cars it wouldn't be as time consuming, but I'm farming for weapons in like NORAD, the Frosty Pines area at the moment, and having to when I fill up my, because I've got a military ruck at the moment, when I have to fill up that, and then I've got to run to Blue Ridge, which is north of NORAD, well, like northeast of NORAD. That will take like a good 10-20 minutes to run from NORAD to Blue Ridge, and then I'll have to run back again. And to be fair, the stamina doesn't last long. On my main PvP character, just my main character in general, I've got the upgraded stamina. It seems to last longer and it seems to go back up faster as well. So yeah, I mean that does help, but still, running, it takes a long time. So I mean, all we can really hope for is that they put them in soon, the cars, because it'll make the game so much better, and I think it'll add to the PvP aspect of it as well, make the PvP more fun. So I mean, you say you could drive around with friends and you can shoot off the back of the car or something. I don't know, it'd be pretty cool. But hopefully that's something they do soon. Alright, there we go. And that was to Southampton. Good work. I did damage it, didn't I, when I paused the game. Oh, if you liked that video and you liked what I talked about, maybe even leave your feedback on the War Z, this game, whatever, in the comments. Let me know what you think. Yeah, obviously I've left you my views. If you watch it all, obviously you're hearing this now, leave your views on it. So I will see you in the next video.